Man, I cannot believe how many jellyfish went by that camera and didn't get stuck on a single one of them. That was just too much. All right, guys. So we have a very exciting night for you tonight. Thank you for joining our live. This is Primal Strike Baits and In and On the Net and Godsend Adventures. And that's Joshua. That boy has drugged me all over the freaking United States, you guys, at least the western part of it. Oh my God, we win everywhere. So I'll tell you what, I am extremely tired. Hiya, Jeff. I am extremely tired and excited to get back in the shop to start making baits for you guys. We have a very exciting fishing report for you folks tonight. And I see that we have people starting to join us already. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. I hope that you get to enjoy this. You're going to have a special night because those boys right there are out fishing for brown trout right off the shore in a premier lake. And I'm sure that you're going to like that report. Yeah, that boat came running in on them and it almost ran over Jason's line, right? And we were having conversations about, hey, why didn't Jason come this last time? Well, because while we were out fishing, Jason said that every fish that you catch, we're going to cut off your ankles. So now we figured, okay, so now, fair play is fair to turn it around. Well, he caught three fish before anybody caught anything, so we're just going to be off with his head.
No.
So, no, he says. So anyway, you guys, it's just been a really exciting last 3 weeks. We've been out fishing. We were in
No, we
Colorado,
haven't.
Utah, Idaho. We stopped and picked our places that we were going to fish. And I hope that you got to see that the things that all of us together have put together, are really, really working, you guys. So, and as we go through the night, we'll do that. But so, Josh, instead of me starting the fishing report tonight, why don't you fill the people in on what's going on in those mountains?
Oh man. Okay. Well, I guess I'll start with like we said, Jason told me that for every fish I catch, he's going to break my ankle
Or toe.
and or toe. And let's just say within 10, 15 minutes on the ocean, I ran out of ankles really, really fast.
We now call it
So,
toe thief.
and that's not just salmon, guys. The salmon are lighting up. The nookies are out there too. They're out just a little bit deeper water, typical nookie behavior, and you got to fish deeper for them. But they're there too. Saw plenty of those check into the fish cleaning station, even though our boat didn't grab a nookie.
Tuna,
We
20 to
absolutely
50.
destroyed the rock bass. We caught, black rock bass. We caught yellowtail. I caught a lingcod. I caught two lingcod, actually. One was just undersized. We caught a green ling. We were making the joke that we had pretty much touched everything out there minus a halibut. So we were making the joke, should we go run out further for some halibut? And I would imagine that, if we did, we went back to the fish cleaning station, and what happened, Kurt? There was a guy there with a whole bunch of halibut, right?
Oh
And
my
then
goodness, they were huge.
yeah, and then I also seen Jason shared with me too these guys out of Charleston that came in yesterday, and I mean, what there was 200 tuna
Yeah.
in on that deck. So the tuna
20
are
to 50
are
miles
20 to 50 miles out,
Off
at least
Coos Bay.
off of Coos Bay and Charleston. So the ocean is
It's pumping.
prime right now. It is prime.
Dude.
Oop, it's got a bite.
Oh, we're getting a bite right now. Look at this.
Oh,
Look, we're getting a bite while we're live. Jason will get him. If anybody will get him, it'll be Jason. Oh, I didn't flip the camera.
well,
We're still staring at my ugly mug.
forget the ankles, off with his head.
Quit biting.
He said it quit biting. So that also, let me flip this back. Just quick, I'm over here in Central Oregon. Central Oregon's on fire right now too, guys, whether it be kokanee, brown trout, rainbow trout. I mean, the bass, they're all they're all on fire. Your typical crappie as well, you know, that's your whole, you stop crappie fishing when you've decided you don't want to fillet anymore because you feel coolers. Those are on fire right now too. Man, I mean, literally, like if you haven't been out fishing, it's time to call into work and tell them that you're like deathly sick and yeah,
So,
so it's a good report right now.
so then let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. We missed sort of the crab, right? So I
Oh,
think
yep.
that the ocean, all the way from California up to Washington, you know, because California is out of salmon, right?
Yeah.
But I think from Oregon all the way up into Washington right now, quit wishing and go fishing, right?
Yeah. I see Carrie
Um,
saying the fish stories you guys have. Oh, Carrie, if you haven't seen the video yet, I'm telling you, you tell me if it looks like we were having a good time or not.
except for when we're coming back in at 50 miles an hour, right? You notice I like wave, right? But I'm hanging on for dear life. I got my hand on the rail, right? I still have not got used to how
Look
fast
at
that
him.
freaking boat goes.
You're not even steering.
Oh my gosh, my buddy is on his boat right now at full throttle.
Standing on the
He
bow.
has left the back captain's position by himself and is up on the bow doing the rows from with his arms. I'm not
I
kidding
can
you. I'm
fly.
not kidding you. No one like not driving the boat at full
It's gonna
throttle
be
right now.
so it's gonna be just like the Dustin Boatwright video. He's gonna fall off and wait for it to come to the dock when it's spinning around, right?
Well, unfortunately, he went around the corner, so I can't see him anymore. Otherwise, I'd be showing you right now. So hopefully, if he comes back and makes that mistake, he does it right here in front of me so we can get a clip.
Of what? The boat hit the bank?
Hey,
Oh,
Bryce. Hey, Joe.
so and then Carrie's in too, and Carrie just like, okay, yeah, dump Kurt, and I'm just going fishing with Josh. Really,
Yeah,
Carrie?
we should.
You know, if we didn't have to take care of the state, I'd fire myself from you right now.
Yeah, I mean, he said Prineville. Prineville's like, if you like those crappie, Prineville's crazy for those crappie. I got a video on my channel where I think there's 5 of us on the boat, and I mean, I literally started yelling at these guys, stop catching crappie because I'm the guy that's responsible for filleting them on the fillet board. And I'm not kidding you. I'm telling them, I'm like, dude, we already have 2.5, 3 hours of filleting crappie. You guys got to stop catching crappie.
Yeah, I saw that in the video too. That was too funny. It was like, okay, yeah, one more. No, yeah, the
Here he
guy,
comes.
one of the
He's on
boats
the
going,
bow of his
not
boat.
one more. No, we're done.
Here he goes. Look at this. Look, can you see it? He
Not
is
yet. Is he skiing now?
well, he's at the bow of his boat with no one driving. Oh, he's running back to his motor because it moved. He's got to come do it up close. I bet you he'll give us a flyby if I know him.
And welcome in my wife, Joe. So I'm glad that we have all of our usual suspects in here. You know, it's just been, you know, this last 2 months. I told you guys on one of my videos that it was time for some adventure. Boy, did I have that adventure! And thank you, Josh. Thank you, my sister. Thank you, everybody, as you supported that as we went through doing all those things. Oh, here he comes. Yeah. Well, good thing you didn't throw those worms out there yet, because you would have got a prop fish.
No, I have a rod out right now. He got close to it.
Yeah, it looks like it's getting a bite.
He knows
doesn't
that
it?
I don't care. So
Yeah, but does it look like you're
You
getting a
think-
bite?
It's his first boat.
no.
No.
I want him to do the Titanic rose like right here in front of us so we can get a good view of it. I think he's gonna buzz us now.
I hope not.
Okay,
It's
cool.
I don't know what he's doing, but
What a hell of a way! What a hell of a way to make an entrance into a video, right? So, yeah, so they're fishing, you guys, and they're up there for the Browns, which is a very unusual place because that there is a lake that you can fish after dark, right, Joshua, for Browns?
Yeah. So here, let me flip this. So we have a lake out here called Miller Lake. It's outside of Shamolt, Oregon, just kind of south of Central, but it is open for all species 24 hours a day. It's the only lake in the state of Oregon that is so. And it does have 20-pound brown trout and everything in between. You get a good full moon night because the browns love to feed on a full moon night. Typically, every other lake you can't fish for them at night, and that's one of our favorites is to go up there, throw down a bunch of glow sticks, put the glow sticks on the tip of the rod, and go try to catch those big brown trout at night. It's a blast. It's a good time.
Yeah, I see that we have 8 people in here. We've had 10, and it's gone up. I would like to, at this point, to ask everybody to go into the Facebook page, to the In and On the Net, to Godsend Adventures, and not only hit the like and subscribe for this videos, but please spend a little bit of time on the watch time. I would like to say right now that if you go to In and On the Net, something that Josh and I have been working on, mainly me, but Josh really came in and cleaned it up. You can go in now and Primal Strike Baits and Godsend Fishing is up on his site. So you
Yeah, so on
can
the
go, yeah.
Yeah, so guys on the channel, just like all the tabs on the top where you can filter through whether it's videos or shorts or my playlists or anything, there's a tab option on there now that says shop, and it's connected to all the Primal Strike Baits and Godsend fishing products, and you can purchase them right there. It'll take you straight to the store and you can purchase it. Definitely go and check out our video that we shot the other day on the ocean, crushing all the salmon. And you'll notice that while you're watching the video, when it shows you the salmon siren, which is Kurt's new flashers with Primal Strike Baits, there will be a thing that pops up in the video that's like a total option for you to go buy those flashers. So go check out the video, but buy some flashers too because they crush.
Well, and then they sound just like what we called them. That's why I've been telling you guys that Josh and I and a few other people, right? We had Garrett Brown, we had some other people in there that were doing some testing. And once again, now Josh and I spent the weekend. We fished. Don't get me wrong, but we went in and we hooked up all these links so that it will make it easier for you guys to get the original products that have been created by all of us. Okay. I may have been the one that sat there and did the design with the other guy and all the rest of it, but that bait went out and got tested. So,
Yeah.
and that's the most important thing.
And guys, I want to throw out there that when we went on our ocean trip, those new flashers, we put like everything behind them. We threw spinners behind them. We threw spin fish behind them. We threw so many different gears, to make sure that they operate properly with whatever you're going to put behind them. And when you think about it, some of the other stuff on the market can't always necessarily say that. Like like a 360 flasher, for example. Usually it works good with like a spinner behind it or some kind of little, something with a blade. But like you're not going to be able to run a K14 quick fish behind it, or even spin fish get a little difficult, And these flashers, these new ones, they are so versatile. And another versatility of them that I was really impressed in too is that you can slightly bend the wings of those blades and kind of change the action that you're looking for, whether you want it to be a more stiff with a slight kick going on to it, or whether or not you want it to have a really, really rough kick pattern to it. You can achieve that. But then also the way that they're built, guys, they not only have a really good side-to-side motion, but they also have a very up and down motion as well, because they kind of float like a manta ray or a stingray in the water, and just go buy them. You're going to love them. The fish love them. You're going to love what they do for you, the results that they get. And if you don't believe me, go watch that video and tell me if it looked like we were having a bad time. I mean, there's a moment in the video where I take a stab at one of Kurt's fishes with the net, and it's like it like halfway went in the net, and like the one of the flashers tried to grab in the side of the net, and it was like I was like swooping the net around trying to, because the fish was not in the net, but he was still like connected to the net. And we're, under something like that, you're usually stressing because
No,
you want
we're
to get a
laughing
fish
our
to the net.
asses off.
We're laughing and joking, and Dustin's in the back going, Kurt, would you control your fish? And again, I can't express that. Like, if you can't tell that those flashers helped us have a really good time, then you're missing something. Carrie was saying too, I want to make sure we address this. Carrie was saying too,
And
it's up
Caden
here.
came in too. Welcome, Caden.
Yeah, but she was saying we were doing the call to action of, go like and subscribe, guys, to all the different channels and facets on Facebook, YouTube, etc. But also go check out and follow the page for the Oregon Freedom Amendment on Facebook, guys. Definitely go and follow that as well.
You know what? That page, let me tell you something. So, Josh and I are traveling down the road, making our way back to here. And Carrie said, I went to this class. That's our chief petitioner, you guys. And she went to a class. And in that class, she did the AI and then went through and cleaned it all up. But her Facebook page for the Freedom Amendment Act, if you guys have not been to that page and liked and subscribed it yet, you're missing out because that, let me tell you something. Not only did she do a good job, but she's explaining to you through video what is actually going on. And just a little tidbit for y'all. Carrie got that through. We've got the 1,000 signatures. She wants 1,500, but let me tell you something right now. I know that it's going to clear the ballot for the first 1,000 signatures. Good job, Carrie Goodhart.
Yeah, I want to address something I see here in the comments. Garrett Brown saying it's false. 360 flasher will run a spin fish. So maybe I said that wrong. It's not that a 360 flasher won't run a spin fish. What I'm talking about here is, especially in that ocean fishery, guys, we're running barbless hooks, and to keep everything tight with that barbless hook is extremely hard. So by the time you get something like a spin fish that has its own 360 rotational motion on top of the 360 flasher, you're in motion. The salmon is, the coho especially, they're doing 360 motion too because they're major barrel rollers. That's just what they do. But what I'm saying is that by the time the 360 is, spinning and the spin fish is trying to spin, you've got a barbless hook, you have a spinning salmon. I'm going to be honest, guys. It's not like the 360 flashers didn't get fish bites, but the amount of fish that the 360 flashers knocked off because of the barbless setup and everything, the new salmon sirens outfished them 10-1, no problem. I mean, every single fish that hooked up on on the salmon sirens, they came to the boat. You were able to keep that tight without any crazy resistance. So I wasn't necessarily saying that a 360 can't run a spin fish. It can, but I just wanted to address that.
Okay, so now let's talk about what those did in the water. Okay, so you'll see in the video where I hook into a bigger coho, which was wild, but that's the first thing that it does because that's all they see is that 360, 360, triangle, triangle, triangle. And I've told you guys many times before that when you throw something different at them, that big fish is the one that's going to hit.
Yeah, and I will.
Okay, so Josh, hang on. I keep trying to drive that home. Then I want to tell you something about what the fight is when you catch it on these new flashers. Josh is going, wow, Kurt, that fish is peeling line. Remember?
Yeah.
And that's because that the fish can actually run and it's not dragging that big blade with it. So I will say that you might miss a few more fish on the 360 than you did on the new siren flashers. But when you catch that fish, he's going to be wore out. I went out to go fight a fish. And that's why we've been, for the last 2 years, working on creating these flashers so that when you catch a fish, you get to fight the fish, not the flasher.
Yeah, and what I was gonna say is that I can't, like understand the science of why or whatever or explain it. But I will tell you though that I made a deduction. It was easy to notice after a little while, but I made a deduction that the salmon siren flashers too seem to be picking up the bigger quality fish. Like there wasn't little fish that like there was no smaller cohos that really hit the salmon sirens. We caught all of the smaller ones. There was even one we caught that we were giving a hard time going, man, that might even be a jack, dude, and obviously there's no such thing as a jack out in the ocean, but you know what I mean? That just gives you an idea of the size of it. There was all kinds of size variant for sure. That was, hooking up on the 360 flashers. But I noticed that those salmon sirens, it was like every fish that came in on those salmon sirens, they were bigger quality fish. I'm not saying that that's a guarantee that, oh, you're going to
No,
for
it's
sure
not.
catch bigger fish. What I'm just saying, though, is that I did notice on the boat, though, that it was like every single fish that came in on one of those salmon sirens, they were those larger stock of those fish. And, the salmon sirens too, part of it being a siren, they're running a steel leader in between the blades, and it hums. It has this humming sound, a lot like when you use like your downriggers and stuff. I used to fish Mackinac all the time down deep, and it was like unless your downriggers were making that proper hum sound, you weren't going to catch a fish. And you could hear that hum like lock in on your steel cables, and then you knew you were like, oh man, we got the hum going on, we're about to hook up, and you would. And I think that's a big part of it too, is that they're a siren, right? Like they're in the water and they're also making an audible sound by humming through the water. And that is also attracting fish. That's getting those bigger fish, those pickier fish to bite.
Yep. And that's how they got to be big fish, Josh, was
Right.
because that, they haven't been set a bunch of hooks on and all the rest of that. And if they had, they're more leery of something that they've seen before.
Yeah. And there's
So, and
science behind that too, man. That whole humming, you can Google it. It's called the yummy hum. And there's a whole, I mean, dude, they've dumped millions of dollars over the years to try to understand like frequencies and it triggering fish to feed. So it humming is, it's awesome, plain and simple. I mean, a triangle flasher don't hum, a 360 flasher don't hum. What do you got there? We can't
so
read it.
this
Just
book,
tell us.
this book was written in 1949. And back in 1949, they knew, and it's the paragraph that's right here in the back of this book that says that bigger fish is going to be more picky. And if he sees the same thing coming through all the time, he ain't hitting that.
Yeah.
When you throw something different at him, this is when he's going to respond.
Yeah. But again though, like those flashers are doing an up and down motion. They're doing a side to side motion. They're humming. There's something new. I mean, all of those combined, you know what I mean? And it just lights out, click, gone.
Yeah,
I don't know. I
and
have
the
to
hook
try to
ratio,
find out.
and the hook ratio to what the 360 or the triangle.
Yeah, keeping
The
them
hook
on.
ratio, yeah, the hook, and I was only running a single hook.
Yeah.
The other ones were running double hooks, and those fish were still getting off because there's too much rotation.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. There's a new horse in town, and that horse is a winner.
Yeah.
Okay, so just get
Thoroughbred.
used to it. Yeah, just get used to it. If you're not, the orders are already going off the chain. I talked to the fabricators. The fabricators are all in. We've already got another 1,000 being built. We'll bring them back to the shop. We'll get them treated up for you guys, get them rigged up, and then you guys will be ready to go. Josh set all that stuff up so that you can see what the different component is, but they'll come in a chain. What did we decide on for the price, Josh?
So-
Was it 25?
So they're $25 a kit, guys, and so that kit's going to come, 3 blades of any particular color that you choose from the 3 colors, and that's going to come like ready to fish. It's going to be a blade, a steel leader to a blade to a steel leader to a blade, but then you can also order. Yeah, there you go. There it is, right there. Yeah, but then the 3 different color styles. You can also order the individual, just the blade itself for $9. So, like, if you want, you can pick up like a kit, you know what I mean? And you could order, like, say you order like on the ocean the other day, I was running a chartreuse pink to chartreuse. So you could order the kit for 25 of chartreuse, and you'll have all 3 chartreuse blades. And then for an extra $9, you can pick up a pink one and just slap that girl in the middle. So you're running like I was, chartreuse to pink chartreuse. Or whatever variant you want to run and mix and match. And but you can order them as the kit, or you can order individual blades.
So now imagine you can run a half-ounce weight behind it with a
Yeah.
bigger blade, right? It
Yep.
doesn't matter. You can run the hoochie skirt with the spinning Joe. I hope that you guys finally catch on to this damn thing, because let me tell you something, it works.
That was the
Just like
first
all
thing
the
right there.
other things.
That rig right there, that exact rig, guys, was the first one that I put in the water. And that
Yep.
was I do believe,
The
you might
first
have to double check me on the video, but I do believe the very first fish that I tag is that setup right there. The chartreuse pink, chartreuse salmon siren with the orange hoochie and spinning Joe.
So, okay, so let's give, now that we're into the video a little bit further and we're coming down to the end of it, guys, as much as I would love to sell you these, okay? They were on the flash, weren't they, Josh? They
Yep.
wanted that flash. So if it was a spinner, if it whatever, they were on the flash. This will come into fruition here really quickly. But for this last particular trip, they were on the flash.
Well,
So
what happened
yeah,
was when we first went out in the morning, it was real foggy. And it wasn't terrible visibility, but you
oh
couldn't
yeah,
see too far. And when it gets kind of fogged out like that and the sun's not really penetrating through, your brasses and coppers and your oranges and reds and stuff like that seem to work a lot better. But it kind of peeled back and it started to brighten up. Like, I can always notice, because I've got really, really blue eyes, and even when the sun's not like out really strong, there comes a point where I just have to use my sunglasses. And I noticed that the sunglasses were having to come on. And anytime that happens, when that sun really comes out, then you really just start to get into that like shiny silver, chrome, whatever. And the fish just shifted on us. That's what happened, was the sun come out more. And it was like, when the sun came out more, we had to give them more of a spinning blade, something silver, or you know what I mean? We were just following what the fish were wanting to do, which no one can blame us for that.
no, and so Jeff actually asked a question. Okay, so Jeff, we now know, yes, the colors will be made inside of the bait lab, and we'll do that. I actually stopped after I dropped Joshua off. I stopped by and picked up some. I like buying the powder coating from the actual manufacturer, but it is the ProTech. So, but I don't buy from ProTech, I buy from them, the ones that manufacture for them. So we know now what color that they're going to be on this year. What color would you say that's going to be, Josh?
Probably the chartreuse.
So actually, we caught more fish on the rotten banana. We did catch
Oh,
one.
I see what you're saying. I thought you
Yeah.
were
So
asking
we.
about the flashers.
So no, about the actual bait at the end.
Oh
So
yeah,
we
yeah,
did
no,
catch
yeah. The rotten banana was murderous.
the rotten banana was murdering him. So guess what? I talked to Josh this morning, and it was like, okay, time for a rotten banana ball buster.
Yeah.
And let me tell you guys, this is because we saw it. So we ran the Mexi hat, which we've got all that, and we did get one fish on a Mexi hat towards the end of the day once that sun came up. But the first thing in the morning, it was all about the rotten banana.
Yeah.
So I am already knowing that this rotten banana right here, you guys, you're really going to love this. This lure is the ½ ounce one. Wait till you see this in the 5/8 ounce one, which is bigger than a ½ ounce, guys. There's a reason why we make it that way, right? And these inline spinners, you at the ½ ounce, you can actually run behind the siren. I've already done that. So now you've got multiple colors out there and you're fishing. Go ahead.
So more questions. There was a two-part to that from Jeff, and he said, "Can you select the colors?" Yes, you can select which colors you want, whether it be a kit or individual blades, as far as the flashers go. And then he also asked if the Spin Joe will be included as part of the kit. Now, the flashers are just going to be the flashers by themselves. When we say a kit from the flashers, we're just meaning 3 completed blades on with harnesses, so it's just ready to be tied on and put something on the end of it. The Spin Joe will still be a separate item inside the shop.
Yeah. And then I see Darwin Palma joined us, and he's probably from Hawaii because he looks like a surfing bum. Look at his little picture there. Okay, you bum. And I know you weren't calling me a bum because you're a surf bum. He's trying to pull my covers, and I'm not giving up the ghost for him. No way, mister. You're
But
just,
yeah,
you're just a big wave surfer.
these flashers, guys, they're new. Like that's the thing, is there's nothing on the market that is like it. It is a new innovative idea that works extremely well. And I mean, the fact of the matter is, I'm telling you right now, they're going to quickly become the norm. It's like when you go out and you go fish, you look at all the other boats around you, and everybody has got a pair of 360 flashers or triangle flashers guaranteed on the boat, right? Like that's just how it is. You're going to start seeing these flashers be all over boats and become the norm type thing. And all I'm saying is get in with the fad early, because we're catching fish on them while some of the other stuff ain't working. So join the fad early.
And getting to fight the fish instead of the 360.
Yeah,
Guys, I'm telling you, if you watch the video that's in and on the net, and I didn't share it yet because Josh and I have been talking, we didn't share it yet. Tonight I'll share it. You're going to get to hear that fish is able to pull drag. So when we get into the big Chinook, let me tell you something. You're going to lose less Chinook because that fish can go with it. This is a very big thing. I want to keep those bigger Chinook. Thank you.
I also like to, and there is a clip in that video where you can plainly see this, guys. It's pretty remarkable. With a barbless hook, right? Those flashers were handling those fish. Like there's a moment where the fish is running up the side of the boat, right? And the salmon siren flashers are still in like a horseshoe shape underwater, like behind the fish. Like the fish is just able to maneuver so much without those flashers inhibiting it. I mean, the hot fish I'm just telling you, the hot fish were coming off of 360s, and the hot fish were not coming off of sirens. They just weren't. It's just that simple.
And henceforth, why we designed them that way. First off, it's something different. Second off is you get to fight your fish. Third off is that we can interchange those blades. If you find out that they're striking on the chartreuse, then put all chartreuse on. If they're hitting on the chromes, put all chromes on. If they're hitting on the pink, put all pinks on. Whatever that they're chasing, give them what they want.
And one thing that Kurt did was, I was running 3 blades, the 3-blade in tandem like the siren is set up, and Kurt decided to take one of them off, so he was just running a two-way siren, and that was working too.
So that was that color that I wasn't convinced about yet. That is a white pearl with a purple finish over the top of it. I'm convinced now.
Jeff, to answer your question, the leader length recommendation, honestly, I was kind of changing the leader length depending on what it was. Like when I put a spinner on, I kind of liked the spinner to be, pretty short up to the flasher, more of like a 12 to 18-inch leader, But then at one point, I did put a spin fish behind the siren, and I had that spin fish back a full like 3.5 feet, just a little bit further away from it. So I would say it kind of depends on what you're going to put behind it.
Yeah, so and I ran this with about a foot of leader because I wanted to see what it was going to do to the spinner. And I noticed that the more weight that I put behind it, that was shorter, I got more action from it, right?
Yeah.
So I think that with the lighter baits, I'd run them out probably that 18 inches, 24 inches. I would let it have a little bit more weight so that it can do the swim. But when I put this on up closer, which was probably, I'd say 16, 15 inch,
Yeah.
that I noticed that because it's pulling on those guys, right? As we're pulling this way. And I noticed that I was starting to see some throb, right? So that you guys are going to have to find out for what your fish want. And there is a pink. So
And the
yes, you're correct.
versatility. And the versatility too. Remember, guys, like I was saying, you can bend those wings to
Yes.
change how much action you're getting inside of that. That's one of those things that I'm really pleased with the new flashers because I mean, tell me, other than a speed change, how do you change the roll of your 360 flasher? How do you change the roll of your triangle flasher? The answer is you just can't. But with these, you can. If you want it to just kick a little bit, you can do that. If you want it to wide stride, you can do that, And I mean, come on, like that's one of the things we do in the kokanee game, that it's like it's important that we can change how much the flasher wobbles in the kokanee game. And a kokanee's a salmon, what I mean? So
No, and we got the kokanee. We have the kokanee lures already. We've had them. We backed off of them because that we didn't want to hurt that market. But now with the new flashers, we're not worried about that. We want the fishermen to catch fish. So
well, yeah, I'll
if
bet
I
you
did,
$50 those flashers will catch kokanee, they will catch brown trout, they will catch rainbows, they'll catch cutbows. They're going to catch all your salmon species
well,
out on the ocean.
and
They're
we
going to
we
be good.
minimize them. We minimize them for the lakes. So that was the big ticket there, was that we minimized them, and we've got the flash for them already. I didn't go with our standard from the Pacific Northwest. I went into the Midwest and actually found some patterns there that I really really like. So we'll be adding those to them. So because that I shop the whole United States. I don't shop the world. I shop the United States because I want it to be the United States, right? I want this to all be made locally. You know what, Josh? And we're at that third. Guys, listen. You know what, Josh? Thank you so much, brother, for the adventure that you helped
Yeah.
precipitate with me. I had a very good time. Um, in that process, the IP25 was written. It's now going to qualify. The Facebook page is up. The site is up. The website is up. There is a Orstar on that if you guys want to go in and donate, because let me put it this way to you. I ran out of ink to print that out. It would just be much nicer if we had the funding to print the paperwork professionally, because we have to have margins and there's a bunch of stuff that goes with it. So if you want to go into that site and make that $100 donation, that $1,000 donation, it will not hurt our feelings at all. And
No.
in the meantime, I will be out because now I'm getting a Joshua. I'm getting a lot of places that are having shows and stuff like that that want us to come to. So we will definitely be coming and joining those and bringing the IP25 with us, as well as our knowledge of what's going on with the state. And I'm going to say this right now, just to make this very, very clear. The Aussie has no hatchery for Chinook or for coho. we're one of the only rivers that you can retain a wild fish without having to worry about a hatchery. Okay. So now I'm going to say this: the ODFW has dragged their feet and dragged their feet and saying that they're using their science. Okay. This was the thing that Scott Averman got into a big battle with, that the All-Sea and the Siletz helped fund to fight it in court. If you close the coho on the All-Sea, guess what? It's time to defund you. I've had enough, and I will write the petition that you are an unnecessary tax. So if you're going to use your non-science, which we've proven that you were wrong, if you're going to use your non-science to close something that you have no knowledge about, I am not going to pay you anymore to take away my fishing.
Yeah, we'll shut them down, guys.
This all started from the IP28, and let me tell you something. I'll write that petition in
That was a big
freaking
fish.
heartbeat.
Oh, that was a big fish. We just had a
Big brown.
probably 10-pound brown jump right in front of us.
See? So and does the ODFW put have they changed the limits on the trout up there?
The Deschutes River from Lake Billy Chinook up to Benham Falls, which is just below Sun River, there's no size limit and no bag limit on brown trout. It is an invasive species to the Deschutes, and they have been supposedly trying to return salmon and steelhead to the upper Deschutes. So they've attempted to get rid of the brown trout, but I mean, that's another one of those terrible ODFW science. At the same time, we used to be able to fish with night crawlers on the Deschutes River and be able to fish it year round. And I'm telling you, if you really want all the brown trout gone out of the Deschutes River, they all go below Wickiup Reservoir Dam during the winter time, and you will catch 10, 15-pound brown trout after brown trout after brown trout. And those are all of the spawner fish and whatnot that are just overpopulating that system with more brown trout. So how bad do they actually want the brown trout gone? Because they've opened up the whole no bag limit, no size limit, but then they protect them when they're spawning, like, yeah.
So this is the thing. If they close it to coho, I have been on that river for almost every day for 90 days straight. I fished every single day from sunrise to sunset. And I have watched the coho come in. I have fished them every way that you could possibly fish them. And there is no worry about there being enough coho.
We literally, me and a buddy were up there, I want to say it was like 3 seasons ago, and there was a pretty epic time last season too, but this particular one, we were literally in the river in our waders, and the coho came through so thick that they were literally pelting you, where you had to get out of the river because it was hurting. And then we climbed up on top of this bridge, and we were filming the coho go up over this rock that they had to go over to traverse upriver. And I'm not kidding you guys. I still have the video clip. In a 60-second video clip, I would imagine that there was over 5,000 coho that went up over this rock. I mean, that's unbelievable. I mean, there's so many. You guys already know just as much as we know that the Chinook salmon is really the one that should be more protected, and the coho salmon are in huge, massive abundance, and there should be no reason why we can't play with them. They're more hardy, they're more aggressive, they survive, easier. I mean, there are more numbers of them, and that's just another thing that just proves that ODFW just doesn't know what the hell they are doing sometimes. If we really want to see a change, we should see, not that I'm saying I want to see more regulations on our Chinook, but I'm just saying that it doesn't take rocket science to see we should be fishing for coho more often than we're fishing for Chinook by regulations, and it's
regulation, yeah.
And if they're dumb enough to close that down to coho this year, which we already know that they're going to, because they pull their same ways. Their playbook is, if we were playing a game of football against them, we'd crush them because we know every single move that they do. You know what I mean? So we already know that they're going to do it. But we got news for you guys, that if you try and screw with us this year, like, we're going to start filing paper.
Yeah, this time, if you do that, we're filing paper. So
and that's the thing, too.
I respect. Okay, so Josh, I respect all of those people that work for the state.
Okay? Right? Yeah, no doubt.
Great job. They're doing their job, providing for their families.
Right, they're just a worker. Yeah.
But you want to know something? When you're lying to me and I'm paying you, you're done.
Yeah, well, it's the administration. Like, that's the thing, is it's, you know, there's no single individual ODFW employee that's out there that's trying to screw the people. We know that. It comes all the way to the level of legislation and the leadership, and that's again why we say, you know, that if you continue to screw with us, you know, talk is cheap. We're going to go file paperwork that has signatures, and we're going to go where the real problem is.
Once we file that paperwork, we have 2 years to get that on the ballot, and then we'll do the same as we did with the IP 28 and IP 25. We will let you know why this is happening, and that's the end of it. That's it. That's the end of it. I'm tired of them messing with our fishermen, messing with our fishing industry, and we're paying them. They raised a tax. They raised a tax on the ocean for $9, which you just had to pay.
Yeah.
Without asking the voters.
Right. But more importantly, Kurt, though, and I think everyone here will agree, not just in the live, but if you're watching this after the fact, right? And write me a comment down there, whether you're live or you're watching this later. Can't you agree with me that not only have they been raising costs, but it's easy to see that while costs have raised, more opportunities have been shut down, and for a higher dollar amount, we just continue to get less over and over and over again. They're shutting down more hatcheries. They're producing less fish. And the reality is, the reason why all of our tags and everything are becoming more expensive is because that's the excuse they're using. They're saying, well, we need more money for hatcheries. We need more money to build more fish. We need more money to X, Y, and Z. But while they take that more money, they actually, in fact, do less. So it's time to stop letting them line their pockets, guys, because while they're lining their pockets, they're messing with our livelihoods and our favorite sport and industry. And I don't even need them to mess with the coho fishing season this year. I've been ready to file against them for a long time.
So here's one for you. They're worried about the coho. Their science is so good. Why don't you just let us catch 2 fish and be done?
Yeah.
Why have this? Let me finish. Why have this? You can only take a hatchery when they're all wild. You want to know something? That's the most idiotic rule I've ever heard in my life. And that is a form of control that we just paid for. You want to know something? We would have been done in 20 minutes.
Dude, maybe 15.
In 20 minutes, we would have been done if they would have taken their science and put it to non-select for the whole season.
And everybody here, too, will agree that, obviously we're going to be out there and
Okay, so let me finish. They're forcing us to kill the fish that they're telling us that are endangered. You know what? So there's the hole in your science right there.
Well, that's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say, is that, like, you guys know that while we're out there on the ocean and we've got native fish that are hooked up, we're going to try and do everything that we can to make sure that we treat that fish properly according to the rules and the regulation. But if you've gone out there and you're a fisherman, you also know that you kill a lot of natives, even not netting them, and, immediate release when they come to the boat. It just happens. And I can't help but sit there and question, when you have a day where you go out there and you go fondle 50, 60 fish before you can get to your hatchery fish. The question is how many fish do you think our boat killed today? And the reality is that is if it was non-selective, like for example, we went out with 4 guys, so we were allowed to kill 8 fish. If it was non-selective, I can guarantee you that we only kill 8 fish.
And guess what? There's more rivers, there's more fish coming up the river. You know what? Really, I think I'm just about done now. So Scott Haverman fought them in court. Our organization here on the All-Sea contributed quite a bit of money to that. I watched those 4 judges rule with the state when they had the opportunity to say, nope, he's correct. Their science is based back when they had the most fish, and yet they're still regulating us. So, and Washington's the same way, California is the same way. I think we run it for all 3 states.
Private.
I don't want to do that because then I don't want to have to do
Just
that.
need private sector.
Yeah, so the Indians are all about taking over the hatcheries.
Oh yeah.
They'll gladly come in. Guess what? They'll not only make money, but they'll feed thousands of people, and there'll be so many fish in the river, you'll be able to walk across them again.
Yep.
All right, I got to get off my soapbox. You need to go fishing again. Tell those fish to go. You know what? I know what you're missing. You're missing my sand shrimp scent and my anise scent. I know what it is. So I should have sent you home with some. We need to stock you up, mister.
I know.
All right, everybody. So Carrie, our chief petitioner, is asking us about the X account.
Yeah,
And
so
guess
I don't
what
have
she-
I don't have an X account.
I don't have an X account either. They sent me something saying that I got a code and stuff like that. But by the time I get done doing Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all of those things, that's a full-time job in itself.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I do have an X account, but it's not like in and on the net. It's just Josh Party, and I do log in there because I'm not afraid to admit I'm a diehard Republican, and I like seeing what's going on X with Trump and Elon, and I'm just being honest, but but I don't log into it that often and really like play in that network. I mean, to be fair, I should. I'm a social media guy, and I do put attention into most all of my social media facets, and that's one of the ones that I'm falling short on. So at least I have the humility of, I know that,
Yeah,
but
me too.
but
All right, guys. So we went a whole half an hour over tonight because they got me on my soapbox. I'm just going to let you know right now, IP25 is definitely going to clear. Thank you all of the fishing organizations that have invited us to come and join in your events, and definitely IP25 will be there. If the hunters want to join us, you can invite us to your events as well.
yeah.
So if you're a farmer and you're having an event and you want us to join your event, if you're a restaurant owner, a grocery store owner, if you're anybody in Oregon, because it's going to affect all of us, and you want to invite us to come and do that, then please do. And we will ask for a check afterwards. We will show you how serious the people are about this.
Oh, my buddy he's getting ready to go on the boat, man.
All right. Okay, guys, we're out of here. Hey, listen, tight lines, everybody. Please remember to subscribe to all of these channels that we were across tonight.
Go order
We were on-
flashers.
And order flashers, yeah. I mean, come on, we can use that money somewhere.
GoFundMe, Nathan wants to go fishing.
Kurt Sandin, Godsend Adventures, In and On the Net. If you guys want to see this, what a store looks like up and see the video, you're going to have to go to In and On the Net to see the adventure that we just went on and all of the fish that we caught, and you'll see the report for yourselves. All right, everybody. This is Primal Strike Baits and
In and On the Net.
Yep, saying good night, everybody, and tight lines. And I got to hit the colors do work.
There it is, the Primal Strike flasher. Putting in the work, baby. Putting in the work.
Here's some pliers for you.